Tarot readings. Thanks for showing up at this channel. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of All to Love. I'm an author, longtime yoga teacher, and just been pioneering this brand since 2012 and been offering tarot readings since 2019 and been teaching yoga for the best part of 20 years. So it's great to share the love with you guys. Love is so potent. That's a huge part of the brand, in case you didn't notice, All to Love. It's how we love ourselves and how we can really truly heal just from so much, just through the alchemy and presence of love. Like, and it is what it sounds like. A lot of this stuff I think can sound really like airy fairy or out there or woo woo, and a lot of it is, right? But like when we just truly can get quiet and connect to our own heart space and our own mind and like listen to that to that connection, it's, you know. So here we are. And this is, I think we come to spirit, as it were, in our own divine time. And God, it's just so miraculous, and the totality of our experience here is wild, and like our existence alone just so worth like showing up for, although it's challenging, and I think there's a lot of shit going down as well. So we're going to get into your reading, Pisces. Divine guidance and loving clarity. This is for Pisces. Anybody who be resonating with the Pisces energy, divine guidance and loving clarity. I'm suddenly aware if I'm speaking too fast, you can change the speed of these readings. You can also add the captions, right? And of course, check the description box if you want to go to alltolove.com to subscribe or book a private reading. Patrons get ad-free first access as well. So patrons will be getting these readings a few days before, usually at least 24 hours, if not like a couple weeks before everybody else. So patrons also get their own collective weekly reading and access to the courses as well. Let's get a few more cards here. For September 2024 for Pisces. For September, there's seeming to be some messages coming in. Big focus on money. Focus on stability, money, sustainability in money. There's so I'm getting a sense of like a work environment where somebody's left. Somebody that really probably wasn't, okay, like if you're a boss, somebody you employed is like, I'm not going to be part of this foundation, or like even a friend who you've gone into business with, sort of thing, they might be not wanting to be in that business with you, okay? I don't think it's, it looks to be pretty amicable, right? So I kind of wouldn't worry too much. They're in the upright. They're coming out. They're not as committed to this project as you are. You're really committed. You're like, we're going to make it grow. You want to, for some of you, it could even be like a charitable type of foundation, or generating finances or generating pinnacle to give back to your community. So there's a sense of give backness, wanting to do more for the local community. Okay, so this is resonating, and like somebody within the working situation has left. Be mindful that you might be taking on a bit too much. Like you might end up getting a little bit burnt out. So it's not, so again, this person, I wanted to commit. I just don't think I've got it in me. I'm out. So somebody bailing or not committing, that might be a bit of a hit. Like you might, as in one, yeah, you might have to take on more work to see it through. That could be annoying or troublesome. But then the magician reverse is also like, for some of you, this could be a bit of a hit, being like, oh, dang, like I really trusted that person, or I really, really thought they were committed. Do I need to check myself? You know, like, is my magician a bit off skis if I'm choosing that person? Be really mindful, y'all, in business, okay? People in business, be really mindful of people listening in on conversations. It's just that thing of like the potential of people listening to something we're saying. Just oopsie daisy. Sorry, you guys, my lighting is a little whack, actually. Okay. So yeah, that Six of Pentacles makes me think of people eavesdropping on us, or they'll hear something and be like, oh, so and so is going out with so and so. But it's more about Pentacle. It's more about talking about ideas, talking about and it's the Queen of Pentacle reverse. So there could be somebody in your environment. Especially there's a Page of Sword reverse. So I'm like, there could definitely be somebody in your environment who's like, splash. You're really wanting to grow. You're really wanting to give back. Somebody is probably leaving the situation. Somebody that you thought was an integral part of the foundation. That's why it might throw you a bit. It's not like an employee. This is a business partner, right? Who's like come so far and suddenly is going, actually, I'm not going any further. So you start with a 1. You meet somebody, you bring it on. You meet another person, you establish the company. So you've established that foundation, and now one person is leaving, back to just the 2 of you. Be mindful, though, of other third-party situations in the business environment listening in, okay? There could be this Queen of Pentacles reverse, somebody listening in. It's a splash. It's not like, I always get that fly on the wall, people listening in. Why? Why are you listening? What is your purpose, you know? A huge amount of like really obvious clarity. Let's get some more divine guidance and loving clarity. Just super dupes focused on the money and making the money. Yeah, you've got to this is super kind of clear, as it were, as far as somebody's life. You might be a bit thrown into it as far as like a scramble. Like, oh shit, okay, we've got to find another director, or we've got to find another boss, we've got to find another whatever this person was providing. You suddenly are like, oh my god, I have to focus, I have to bring it in. So there's a little bit of a hence nine of wands, kick in, gotta work to supplement or make up for this loss, as it were, which is a person leaving the foundation. Might feel unlucky to you, no doubt, right? So a lot of y'all, it's like deeply karmic, unavoidable. You're in it. You've chosen this lifetime. The Wheel of Fortune. Some of this stuff is feeling off, right? Some of it feels like, why is this happening? But there's a judgment here. There's a karmic cycle, as it were, you know, an inevitable part of the process. As in the person leaving, somebody leaving a situation, it feels disempowered, but it's from a higher, there's a good reason. As in, that person is a wand as well. It's a Knight of Wands. So I would dare say you might have just slightly intuited it. You might have slightly been like, they're a bit of a loose cannon or whatever. Right? Like, and so you can do what you like with the genders, and you can also like flip the scenario if you're a cross watcher, right? But the midheaven here, there's such a focus on your ambition, your career ambition, how you're seen in the world. I'm hearing it's like you're going for it, you know, you're going for it. And so if you're aiming for like the 9 or the 10 or whatever, and you've got somebody who can only take you to a 3, best they go, right? Best they leave the situation before pretending that they're going to help you get to a 4, right? So it's best to not maybe set certain things in motions if people aren't going to be there with us in the future. Okay, so this is the descendant invitation, which sort of gives me a clear indication of like the work stuff will one thing is again being mindful, being discerning, but you are being seen, Pisces. So you are being seen, and there could be a business invitation or like one-to-one clients, one-to-one relationships pulling you in to talk about your status or talk about your role in a company or talk about your business idea or talk about potential investment. Like there I mean there's a pretty kind of karmic or cosmic glow up with regard to your pentacle. But again, I feel very much this is like a business idea. This is something you've been working on for a while, that you've been creating the sacral energy here. It's not just out of nowhere. It's not some quick fix. This is like steady grow, steady grow, steady grow, and then getting to a point being like whoop whoop whoop, maybe getting a bank or like, a bank loan or something like that to then take you further forward. Somebody leaves and you're like, oh no, but it was meant to be. That person was never going to go the whole distance for you. So you're recommitting, rejigging. And I almost get a sense of like I would maybe even hold back from trying to replace this person. Just move forward. I'm hearing, like just move forward, just move forward. You don't, again, they're that person you might have felt or suspected they weren't really in it for the long haul anyway. Maybe you hoped or wanted, or they said they were, but there's an interesting energy here. Breaking free from conditioning. Okay, so something about this transition or this loss or this like this person's leaving. There is a boss up, there is a glow up, there is a like so simply it could be that like part of this conditioning is you thinking that I need a business partner, or I need an investor, or I need this, or I need that, and that energy leaving is like breaking down those conditions. Yeah, that person leaving is shattering the illusion of you thinking. Again, there's discernment here, thinking you can't do it on your own. But again, there's discernment. Of course we've got people, of course we've got help, but something about this steady direction, I'm like, just keep going, and the right people will show up to help you on the mish. And then just be aware of people listening in, possibly. Let's look at the Durga energy. Pardon me. Goddess of inner strength and protection. So Pisces, this is your final message for September 2024. You are exhibiting great strength in the face of things that would make others, including former versions of yourself, crumble. Durga, the warrior goddess, is with you, carrying her bow and arrow, sword, trident, lotus, thunderbolt, golden discus, and conch. You are embodying her fierce strength and loving protection. You have overcome major hardships with your willpower and will continue to leap over any challenges that confront you. That definitely resonates with this reading. Call upon Durga Ma whenever you need an extra ounce of strength. Mantra Om Dom Dogaraya Namaya Namaha. I don't know. But there we go. It's funny, at one point I pulled from the Osho deck as well, like the courage card, which is the strength card in the Rider Waite. So you guys commit to yourself. You got this. Like, you can do this, Pisces. And, you know, I think because of your dreamy nature, there might be this part of you that's always thought like, well, I need this person to help me do this, or I could never do that, and so I need them to do that. Well, they can do that, but you've got a really important role, and you ultimately, like, you have the power, the vision to see it through. And then all the right people will kind of congregate, or you know, come around you. But the people that are not, this is not good, bad, right, wrong. This is just energetic vibration, right? This is resonance. And so your previous conditioning would have thought you needed people with this sort of quality, or that and that and that, and it's just saying nope. You know, it's almost like the divine has its hand in this. You don't need to do so much. You can actually just kind of step back and just keep going steady. Hold space for your vision, especially this benevolent one. This is to me anyway, this looks like an energy of giving. So you're important. Whatever you're giving out to the world, whatever you're sharing in that world is important. It serves, it provides, right? So trust in that. And then people without the same integrity, or the people that don't share that vision, or worse, people that want to like steal the idea and try to take credit, blah, you know, that's all here. You have that potential to really harmonize past connections, or even like business entanglements, as it were. So trust in your diplomatic, I guess, like conflict resolution abilities. Side note too, some of you might, again, you might get a message about or from a child that just needs a little bit of your attention. Again, ameliorate, diplomatic, harmonizing things. You've definitely got some options. It might seem or feel limited, especially if that's a little bit unexpected where somebody's bouncing, but there's a steady growth. And I feel like, again, this has been a lot of hard work. You've put in a lot of hard work to get to that 3 Pentacle twice. Like, and then to have somebody go where you're like, nah, like I just worked 3 years or to get to this point, and now you're gonna go like that, right? But it's all above board. Judgment, upright, yo. Something about like even letting go of the idea that you need to have it all sorted out, or letting go of the idea that like somehow you're supposed to have all the elements. Just let go. Keep moving forward. The right people, the right circumstances, the right support will keep coming to show up for you, because you've got a lot to give. Spiritual wisdom, I'm hearing for some of you. Spiritual wisdom. There's a big shift, I think, in the empath community, or just like the lovers of the Most High. There's a big energy shift around really making sure your cup is full. There would have been conditioning for a lot of us within this community, like from a very, very young age, where you have to put the sheep's clothes on, kind of thing, or you have to give, make sure everybody else's cups are full, and then just like whatever teeny bit of cup love remains, you take the sip from that, but you make sure everybody else is good first. So there's something here shifting in the collective. This is a transfer of power, my loves. Even though doesn't look anything necessarily, the transfer of power is in the human heart, right? It was a value system that we change, that we project different visions. So this is like a whole bunch of humble lions breaking out, so that we can see them for who they are, right? And that we don't need to be deceived anymore about who's and where's the true power. And this is about knowing the self. Are you a sheep or are you a lion? There's no good or bad or right or wrong, but what's uncomfortable is trying to be something we're not. If we're a sheep, we're a sheep. We'll probably be content and happy being a sheep. If we're a freaking lion, It's going to be really, really hard to try to keep up that facade. It goes both ways, right? For a lion trying to be a sheep or a sheep trying to be a lion. I kind of see that too, in many ways. I can personally, this is my veil, my perception. For a long time, I've often seen that, like, politicians and leaders and that kind of energy, where I guess you could say, like, the essence of a leader, that quality isn't embodied in said leadership. What's the example? So I'm thinking maybe of somebody like that George W. Jr., his dad, or even when we have the Trudeau familia. So we have these families with historical leadership in their family. And so maybe there's an assumption, well, then, that their son must be able to lead, or whatever. But we're in such different times. And I think, if anything, we're witnessing that, just because somebody was born into a certain family doesn't necessarily qualify them to care about that country or to care about the people of that country. If anything, I think we're seeing a more obvious and evident fracture of our culture, where increasingly the wealthy, the celebrity, the people like that, they're just not relatable. The large majority of humans who are, like, trying to live their lives. And I think increasingly part of that big value shift is that it's not who fucking cares about how much money you have, and who cares about, what bags you can buy. We've kind of exhausted our vapid seeking of material substance, and what we're craving is integrity. Like, what we crave, I think, as a people, is real substance, rather than just sort of ostentatious, like, look at meanness sort of thing. Plus, we have to understand the kind of darker layers of consumption, the darker layers of power in this world, and the means with which a lot of the people we thought once that we ought to admire, and actually really look at the ins and outs of what they've had to do, or what integrity has been compromised, or what just humanity has been compromised to access that level of wealth and then to maintain it. It's this sort of thing of, like, selling our soul, right? It sounds a bit harsh and weird, but, like, there's depth and reality to all that around. It's more of your own choosing. It's not like someone took your soul. It's that we in the moment we compromise ourselves, right? As in, I remember somebody saying to me, back in the Disney, 25 years ago or something, I had a director say something along the lines of, you're an actress, you're gonna have to compromise your integrity to get ahead. And that was essentially the cut for me. I already had spiritual awakenings and stuff, and I just was like, fuck you. Pardon my French. No, I disagree. As in, I was committed. I was like, I don't, even then, it was like, I know that if I start at this young age compromising my integrity to get a commercial job or some bullshit like that, or to do a commercial for something that my heart, my soul, my intelligence doesn't align with, this isn't going to pave the good way for me, right? So that was like the shift. It's like, you're just going to have to compromise your integrity. Never, actually. Fuck you, bud. And there we are. And then here we are. It's like, that's the only way I was made money eventually in a career, was just dedicating myself to the yoga practice and practicing every day, and eventually teaching every day, and eventually being asked to teach. And here we go, on and on. And, that's the only way I've ever actually earned any kind of living, through service, right? Like, through, as in, offering what I truly feel is helpful for me and helpful for other, and aligning with a peaceful practice, rather than joining the rat race, as it were, and just trying to get lots. And the Alta Love perspective is really just kind of a shift into, like, even beyond yoga and beyond these quote unquote spiritual practices, or what they look like. We're all human, having a human experience, and how do we love that, and how do we embrace that in the full spectrum of our the just the fullness of all that we are, right? With the good, the bad, the shades and the shadows. Um, and that's part of authenticity. The more we own our shadow, the more we're not acting it out or taking out on other people or projecting onto other people. When we know our darkness, we can contain it, and then we can work with it rather than unconsciously express it, right? So the more we own our unconscious via owning whatever it is that we're dealing with in any given moment, we can transform that, and then we can express greater light, we can express greater wisdom. And again, it starts in our own bodies. It's very visceral, it's very connected to the physical. Which there again, a lot of teachings want us to think that it's all these fractured parts, or that spirituality is some sort of like, oh, it's right here, right in our beingness, right in our expressed living life, right? That's spirit. It's just that we forget because we get into patterns. I do too, big time. Okay, have a wonderful month of September, Pisces. Let me know if that resonates with any of you guys. Feel free to reach out, book a private reading. Look after yourselves this month, and good luck for all of us. I do believe that we've got an eclipse season starting, and it's the Virgo and the Pisces axes. So we've got the power. Pisces will be getting a prime time focus. Wherever we've got Pisces in our chart, we will be moving toward that. It's about time. It's good energy for us. We need this next shift from the North Node moving through Aries. We're going to need that little bit of dreamy invocation to really express more of our authenticity, but from a dreamy space where we can be better received, more than likely. So have a great month, Pisces. Thank you for being my internet friends. Thank you for supporting Ultra Love. Just thank you for choosing love. Awesome. Have a good one, you guys. Take care. See you soon. Peace out.